Hello folks, welcome back. We are on lesson 10.3. We're going to work on triangles. In here we're going to learn about line segment, we're going to learn about a vertex, and we learn about triangles. What is a line segment? Now look, if we have a straight line and we have two ending points at it, it's a line segment. A vertex, on the other hand, is something like this, where two line segments join, making a vertex over here. Now, if I put three segments together, I could make a triangle. See how this is coming together? That's one line segment. That's the second line segment. And here's the third one. All three put together is making a triangle. Here, I have an angle. Hold on. That's clear. All right, that's an angle. And look at this one. This is a side. How many sides does a triangle has? It has three sides. And look, I have a vertex over here, I have a vertex over here, and I have a vertex over here. All right, great. So now let's go to drawing a triangle that has three angles. Let's look at how this is done. Here is an triangle, one segment. Here's the second segment of this triangle. And this is the third segment. All three add together. So now, if this is an angle, this is an angle, and this is angle, this being angle X, this being angle Y, and this being angle Z. If I was to put angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z, it should always add up to 180 degrees. All three angles add up to being 180 degrees. So if I have two known angles, like for instance, I have two known angles, this being angle with 100 degrees to it, and this angle, this one being an angle with 50 degrees, and I have to figure out what this angle is. All I have to do is come down here, so I have X plus 50 plus 100. All three should add up to 180 degrees. So I have now X plus 150 equals 180 degrees. If I take away 150 on this side and I take away 150 on this side, look what I have left, folks. X equals 30. That's my answer. All right, this is very simple. Now we're going to go into looking at the different kind of triangles. And here we are. An acute angle. An acute angle. This is an acute angle. What makes it an acute angle? This angle here is less than 90 degrees. A right angle, where this angle here is equal to 90 degrees. Then I have an obtuse angle. This angle is between 90 degrees and 80 degrees. And a straight angle here, where it's equal to 180 degrees. These are the four different angles: acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, and straight angle. Let's look at this screen now. Now look how it all comes together. an acute angle. In this acute angle, we have two angles, or all three angles of this acute angle are less than 90 degrees. So here we have all angles, three angles, and all the three angles are less than 90 degrees. That makes an acute angle. Here I'm going to come to this one. Let me change colors. Let me try orange now. In a right angle, one of the angles, there you go, that's it. One of the angles is 90 degrees. So remember that anytime you see a triangle where one of the angles is 90 degrees, you know it's a right angle triangle. Great. All right. So now when we come to this one, obtuse angle, in an obtuse angle, one of the angles here, you guessed it right, is greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. In here, we have a 105-degree angle. That makes an obtuse angle. So remember those three terms, folks. We have an acute angle, we have a right angle, and we have an obtuse angle. All right, folks, let's look at the types of triangles now. We have the saline triangle, isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle, and the right triangle. But I want to introduce you to this term, congruent. Congruent sides, meaning sides with equal length. Sides with equal lengths. So in this, we're looking at types of triangles. In a saline triangle like this one, there are no congruent sides. There are no congruent sides in a saline. That means none of the sides are equal. Then comes the isosceles. In an isosceles triangle, you have two congruent sides. And for that reason, you had this sign over here, and you had this sign. That tells you these two sides are of equal length. In an equilateral triangle on this side, we have three congruent sides. What does that tell you? That means this one, and this one, all three are equal. In a right triangle, where one of the angles is 90 degrees, which makes a right triangle, which is one of the types of triangles. Here, you may have two sides that are congruent. And if there is a right triangle that has two sides that are congruent, then it's actually a right isosceles triangle. So, a quick review, real quick. We have a saline triangle, an isosceles, and an equilateral triangle, plus a right angled triangle. So, the first one, the saline, has no congruent sides. No congruent sides. The second one has two congruent sides. The third one has three, this being one, this being the second, this being the third. All three sides are of equal length. And finally, we have a right triangle like we did over here. It has a 90-degree angle. If it has two congruent sides, we'll use this sign. It'll make an isosceles right triangle.